I say it all the time. Our breath is one of the most important parts of our yoga asana practice. So today, I just wanted to share a feel a little bit more connected to your breath, and hopefully in turn will let you feel more connected to yourself, to the deeper layers of yourself. And so to get started, I just wanted to say that my belief is that our breath, our exhales in particular, are one of our biggest superpowers that we have. Because whenever we're stressed out or whenever we're agitated, it is our exhalations that communicate to our brain that we are okay. So to begin, understanding that what we're looking for is to establish a little bit of a longer exhalation and inhalation. We're trying to match the length of those two, but it's truly the exhale that allows you to feel that deep sense of calm within your system. So when you're establishing the length of your breathing, instead of increasing your inhales so much that you feel that agitation at the top of your inhale, instead focus more on observing the breath as it flows through your body, listening to the signals from your body telling you when to cut it out and when to start turning it into an exhale. So what you want to look for when you're breathing in the deeper resonant breath is to find the inhale as it flows, threads in from your pelvic floor. Try to notice it threading really thinly from your pelvic floor, and try to feel it swoop below the pot of the belly, and try to notice it then branch all back here, spreading out the ribs horizontally. Almost feel it transitioning and opening up around the heart. At the top of your inhale, maybe you'll notice your heart feel nice and open, nice and expansive. And then the very top of the inhale, see if you can feel the top of your nasal cavity. So that's a lot of points of awareness. But can you challenge yourself to find all of those points of awareness? Can you notice how different it feels to really challenge your awareness to go to that many different places? So let's try that a few times, and then also on the exhale, instead of shrugging down completely and shrivel, try to stay really tall through your exhale, and you're going to notice that your ribs will come back into one another, but allow your low belly to do some more of the work. So remembering that when you're inhaling, you want to try to feel the inhale thread from your pelvic floor, very thinly thread, and then notice it swoop below the pot of the belly. Feel it come towards your back and branch out, almost like creating wings, like Richard Freeman would say, kidney wings, behind your kidneys, which basically feels like your ribs, your lower ribs are spreading out towards the sides, allowing your diaphragm to do more work. And then from there, notice how your heart feels like it's floating almost. And then eventually you'll notice the inhale reach the top at the top of your nasal cavity. At that point, if you can really follow the breath that much, up to the point of your nasal cavity, you'll become so much more aware of your body and where it is today with breathing, understanding your limitations and where you want to take the breath. And so when you exhale, again, trying not to scrunch down, but instead allowing yourself to stay tall, and then it's the end of your exhale where you'll notice that your ribs will come in again, and try to feel that connection to your pelvic floor once again. So the highlights in an inhale are feeling that branching and opening of the hearts, and the highlight of an exhale is feeling that connection to your pelvic floor, to your roots. So we're going to do a few breaths, just trying to find the mind linking itself to the breath. So lengthening the breath at first without sounds. Deep inhales. Exhale slowly. Try to lengthen the breath to about 6 seconds. Really looking to match the length of our inhale to the length of our exhale. Noticing all of the points of awareness, trying to investigate the space around the ribs, the low belly, pelvic floor. One more slow inhale and exhale, taking it at your own pace. And then gently opening your eyes once again whenever you're ready. So that was the beginning of it, because now that we're establishing this awareness of the breath as it flows through the body, you're going to be so much more cautious when you're transitioning in and out of yoga postures, to be aware of how the inhales can lengthen up your body, can sensitize you so you can feel yourself spreading and creating space where your body is craving space. And now we're going to add an extra layer. So on top of lengthening the breath to about 5-6 seconds, and actually it's recommended in a yoga asana practice to practice with about 5 or 4 seconds of an inhale and exhale. But if you're looking for more restorative practices, if you're looking to really connect with your breath, then take it to 6 seconds, and that's beautiful. And so with the next layer is adding that sound of the that's similar to the ujjayi breath, and trying to experience that sound, because in using the muscles that are in the back of the throat, the glottis muscles, you're actually allowing the exhale to release more slowly. So you're closing up the circle in the back of your throat as small as possible, and then that way the release of the air slows down. So to start practicing this, we can go ahead and feel it with lips open at first, just so that we can become aware of what it feels like, and then we'll try it after 3 breaths, we'll try it with lips closed. So inhaling here. Exhale. Find those muscles back there. Inhale. Exhale. More important to get the exhale at first than the inhale. So don't stress it if you don't find that Darth Vader sound with the inhale. Exhale. So now that you're using those muscles back there, you're also allowing for a little bit more vibrations around this area. And in creating vibrations around that area, you're also helping to massage the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is a big nerve bundle that is closely tied to the parasympathetic nervous system. And by activating that vagus nerve, you're sending messages to your brain, telling your brain that your body is relaxed, that it's nice and calm. So let yourself create those vibrations in the back of the throat through your voice, through the voice of the exhale. And now trying that with lips closed, and at the same time, try to find the lips closed sound in the back of the throat, and feel the breath as it threads through your spine, branching out the kidney wings, letting the heart feel as if it's floating, feeling that pranic energy of upward movement. And then as you exhale, let yourself notice that you try to stay nice and tall and let the low belly do most of the work, finding your low belly coming back towards the spine and up towards the heart, and then feeling that pelvic floor lock. So we're going to do this with the breath, sound, and awareness throughout the body. We're going to do this 5 times. Closing your eyes, sitting up nice and long, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Try to take it to a count of 6 seconds. Feel the inhale thread through the pelvic floor, swoop below the pot of the belly, move back towards the spine. Feel it branching out behind the kidneys. Feel your ribs press out to the sides. Notice your heart lifting. And as you exhale, maybe start to connect to your pelvic floor and allow yourself to remain long through your spine. Eventually your ribs will come in towards one another. 3 more slow, long inhales and exhales with sound. And once you've completed your last 3, letting yourself come back to the room and opening your eyes, you probably notice a subtle shift of your energy with just those few deep breaths. So now, to show you a little bit more visually how this comes into your yoga asana practice, a pretty good example of how the breath can support your practice is, for example, whenever you inhale to bring your arms up, instead of inhale, bring your arms up, it should be a movement that's guided by your breath. So this is where the breath really starts to transform your practice. So instead of looking like this, the inhale arms up might look something like, and then you notice that that movement started from the lengthening of the inhale, and it was also not just inhale arms up, but I started to feel so much more aware of the breath as it flowed through my spine, through my backs and my ribs, that I was able to feel the breath actually extending and creating space in my body to the point where once the inhale reached my heart, I can allow that to feel as if everything is branching up and expanding up. Noticing that creates so much more space than inhale arms up. So instead of just isolating movement to certain parts of the body, it's really wonderful once we start to bring the breath together with the movements and allow the breath to really guide. Noticing how, if you can really ask yourself to become curious of how the breath is flowing through your body, you'll start to notice that these transitional parts of the practice, you'll start to notice that when you're holding a posture for 5 breaths, that even within stillness, even within the transitions, you're practicing this grace, you're practicing this connected awareness. And so I hope that this little short video of the breath will transform your practice or help you continue on your journey to being more connected. Namaste.